Write a new heading. In that we will make the computation of the NPV for project Y. It is the cash flows of the project Y into C factor. That is the way we will make the calculation of the NPV for project Y. So write on heading calculation of NPV for project Y. In that again we will have the same kind of sequence. Column number 1 will be year, column number 2 will be cash flow, column number 3 will be risk, that is C factor. Cash flows into C factor will give risk-free cash flow, the same is discounted at risk-free rate of return. Risk-free cash flow into present value factor at risk-free rate of return. That is the way we will compute the present value of the cash flow, and with that NPV will be found. So over here the information is provided to us like this. For the first year cash inflow is 180, second year also 180. C factor is 0.90 and 0.80. So it is 162 and 144. So it is the cash flows into C factor. It will be discounted at the rate of RF, that is 8%. First year factor is 926, second year factor is 857. 162 into 926, present value is 150.012. 144 into 0.857, 123.408. That is the way we make the computation of the present value, 273.42. Amount of investment will be deducted. Amount of investment is 230. NPV is 43.42. That is the way the NPV of the project is found. The question speaks that say you are required to select one of the two projects. Language of the question is very clear, that say they are mutually exclusive in nature. So we understand that say the project which is having higher positive NPV would be selected. That is project Y in this example. So the decision is like this. As project Y has higher positive NPV, comma, it should be selected. It should be selected. That is the way we have to take decision. Next question. If risk adjusted discounting rate method is used, which project would be analyzed with a higher rate? That is a question. Now the question is that if at all the risk adjusted discounting rate method is used, then between these two, which project would be discounted with the higher rate? That is a question. Anybody can answer this question. Friends, over here we understand the term certainty equivalent factor means to what extent you are certain, to what extent you are sure for an outcome is called certainty equivalent factor. Means over here we understand, in case of the project X, you are certain to the extent of 80 percentage, which is less than 90 percentage. Again for project X, you are certain for 70 percentage, which is less than 80 percentage. In case of the project X, we understand that the certainty is less. Can we say that the certainty is less? It means that uncertainty is more, so risk is more in case of the project X. Risk is more, so it should be discounted with comparatively higher cost of capital. That is what we understand. Now one more thing, suppose the situation is like this, that in year 1 project X has lower CE factor, and suppose in the second year project Y has lower CE factor. Then in that case, as per institute suggested answer, we are required to make the computation of the total of the CE factors for both the projects, and the project which is having comparatively lower CE factor in total will be discounted with higher cost of capital. The reason for that is, as far as the CE factor is concerned, it is indicating that say to what extent you are certain. If at all your certainty is less, then in that case your uncertainty is more, and in that case your required rate of return would be more. Read an answer for the second question. We can observe that CE factor for project X is lower than project Y for both the years. Full stop. So project X has lower certainty, comma, more risk. Hence, risk adjusted cost of capital of project X will be more than Y. Full stop. With paragraph write down. In case project X has lower CE factor for year 1 and project Y has lower CE factor for year 2, comma, then we have to add CE factors for both years and project having in total lower CE factor would be discounted at higher cost of capital. Full stop.
So,
And in case that say both of them are having same CE factor total, then the project which is having comparatively, sorry, then in that case the both of them would be discounted with the same risk adjusted discounting rate.